Welcome back to the channel, my friends. I'm psyched that you're here. This is a really powerful, must-hear message for today. And this is around receiving. Okay? Now, a lot of the things that I'm about to mention are very unconscious from a very early age. Our model of the world that comes from society and our parents, we don't realize how deep down into our psyche that goes. And a lot of us become people pleasers, right? We want to fit in, we want to be accepted, we don't want to rock the boat too much. We want to be respectful, we want to be polite, and those are good things, right? But what we've learned to do is close ourselves off from receiving. There is so much, my friends, that the universe, that God, that source, wants you to receive: abundance, happiness, joy, fulfillment, purpose, direction, having a good time, being surrounded by people that you feel good with, that expand you, that are authentic, right? These are all things that we block unintentionally because we're not open to receive, and we don't recognize that we are emanating a signal. We are unconsciously focused, and so therefore the algorithm gives it right back to us. The things that we are either comfortable with, or the things that we think we're allowed to have, and we are doing it to ourselves. Right? So much of this has become permission based. When you're in school, everything's permission based, right? Can I go to the bathroom? Can I do this? Can I do that? Can I go there? And then your parents kind of take on the same role, and society does the same thing. So we get this like Pavlovian conditioning to get permission from something outside of us in order to receive something that we want. And this will follow you all the way till the end if you do not catch it, right? Because remember, you are the creator of your experience, and you will only receive what you have the capacity to receive. Now, one of my big journeys, as I've said on here before, has been the exploration of lack, right? That has been something that has felt like such a limitation for me for so many years of this journey. And, a lot of that comes from my ancestry. It comes from the way I was raised and the influences that I had. And also, I realized that I didn't feel truly until I really unpacked this that I had permission to not only live a life of my dreams, not only to follow my calling and my soul's path, but also to receive the goodness that life has to offer. There was something around, well, it's got to be a struggle, it's got to be really hard, it's got to be difficult, it's got to blah, 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 blah. I didn't realize that that was the narrative that was playing out through my energy field. And I was actually operating at a very low capacity to receive an epic life, right? Even if you start to entertain the idea of, oh, can I have these things? Oh, can I have a lot of money? Oh, can I have supportive, beautiful, fulfilling relationships? Oh, can I have the living doing what I love? Is that allowed for me? Or is there some limiting belief behind it that's like, you can't have that? It's not possible. It's not how it works here. Which could be your father's voice, it could be society, a coach, a minister, whoever. This is why it's so important for us to get very clear on what the background operating programs are, what those limiting beliefs are, right? Now, you will always get what you believe that you are worthy of. And the problem is, most of us feel pretty freaking unworthy. So it is on us, and it is our responsibility to open ourselves up to make ourselves worthy so that we can get reflected back to us that worthiness. Now, people will say, how do you do that? How do you become worthy? And even just the term self-worth, it doesn't get to me, the respect that it needs, because it seems a little, it's like a little gimmicky. It's a little sort of like clickbaity in a way. But self-worth is the measure of what you're open to receive. Now, at one time, I was not open to receive $1 million. That when I played with it, when I invited it into my consciousness, I could feel contraction. I could feel, well, I don't think that's possible for me. I could feel like that seems way outside of what I'm able to do. Now imagine that limitation program. Imagine that you are inside of you all things, that you are connected to everything. You have been given the kingdom of heaven is within you. You've been given the keys, right? God said, here you go, enjoy, have what you want. And because of our programming and conditioning, we've just put ourselves in the tiniest box, right? So imagine that you are an infinite being, a soul playing a forever game, and you can't even allow yourself to entertain that you're a millionaire, that you could get $1 million in 1 year, in 6 months, whatever it is. This is how small of a game we play with ourselves. So, how do you begin to open up your capacity to receive? Well, it's just like going to the gym. You work on this. You train yourself to be in the posture of receiving. You, with conviction, know who you are. Know that you are a child of the universe, and that the all of creation's been poured out. The keys have been given to the kingdom, and it's inside of you. So within your own consciousness, you've got to train yourself. You've got to train the cells of your body to be in receptivity. So that means when you are out in the world, when you're anywhere, you get a compliment from someone, you open to receive it. You let it all the way in. Don't send the energy back. You let it all the way in. Someone offers you something nice, whether that's money, whether that's foods, a kind gesture. You stay present in the receiving energy of, yes, thank you so much. I received that. Instead of, again, the deep conditioning of wanting to send it back because we don't want to be not humble or whatever the thing is. There's some kind of story there, right? When you wake up in the morning and you are still in that state of in between, right? You're still kind of coming out of the dream world a little bit. You're not fully landed in the hustle and bustle of the day. That is the time that you sit down and you open your chest and you say, I am ready to receive the miracles of today. God, I am ready to receive the joy. I am ready to receive the synchronicities, the magic. Give me that feeling of awe. Give me those experiences that put a smile on my face. May I have amazing conversations today. I'm open to receive abundance. I'm open to higher levels of prosperity than ever before. You start to train yourself to be in that conviction, in that command place of, yep, bring it in, bring it in. It's all coming to me. It's all on the way. And it's not from an ego place. It's from a knowing who you are place. It's you being the creator, right? There's a big difference, right? We were taught to prayer is like, please, God, can I have this? Like, please give me a better job. Please, can my girlfriend be nicer? None of that works. None of that works because you're not in command. You're not the creator. You're a victim and you're asking for something as if it's not already there and it's not already within you, right? Because the universe is a big yes. We're learning this. We all know this deep inside of us in our consciousness, and now it's starting to come forth. We're starting to learn these tools of creation because we're creators. Now, this really applies to love as well, because one of the things in my journey was I realized that because of prior toxic relationships, I closed my heart so much. And I said, love's not safe. I pretended like I was at a level that I was okay with, and I wasn't. I was just lying to myself. And I wasn't giving myself permission to receive love from all areas, from my friends, from my family, from intimate partners. I had my heart closed off. But when I get into that sacred space and I remember who I am and I say, I'm open to receive all the love, all the joy, I can have a good life. I can have a life of just fulfillment and adventure and excitement that is available, and I claim it and I choose it, and I will not be sending life force to anywhere else to the best of my ability. Right? It's like walking outside and taking a deep breath in, opening your arms and saying, "Here we go. Give me the best you got, world. Give me the best experience of today. May these energies, may I work with them and be the highest good for all." Like this is you're priming yourself. You're becoming the antenna that is showing the algorithm, that's showing the universe, "Hey, I'm over here and I'm open to receive good stuff." Okay? So many of us are locked into past disappointment. I didn't get what I wanted. My hopes got too high and I got crushed by that. So I'm just going to throw all of that away and I'm going to close myself off and stay in my little box. That's comfortable, right? But if you throw away all of the past ideology and you just work on you receiving and being the best antenna of receiving that you can be for love, for prosperity, for health, for vitality, for adventure, watch what happens. Receiving is your feminine. It is relaxing. It is resting. It is allowing things to come to you. When you prime yourself in this way that I'm speaking of, life starts to be drawn to you. And then, of course, your intuition starts guiding you, which is also tied to your feminine, where your heart's involved and you just know where to go. You know the actions to take, inspirations fueling your movement. And this is available right now, today. And the only reason that it might take some people a little bit longer is because of the resistance. It's because of the level of programming that they've been in for a long period of time that still allows for doubt to be there. It still allows for, well, I have expectations and they didn't get met. I got disappointed. Watch yourself, and it will be a great measure if you get a compliment from someone and if it makes you uneasy, if it makes you be like, right? And you can't take it in. You are being shown energetically by your own body that you're not in that place. People offer something to me now, a compliment, a gesture, anything. I fully receive that. And I don't feel the need to give something right back. I take their kind gesture and I receive it. That is being in the mode of receiving. Abraham Hicks talks about this all the time. And it never landed me. She was always like, get ready to be ready. Stay ready, which really means stay in receiving mode, which is an openness, which is, hey, I'm a vessel for miracles over here. Awesome stuff can come through me. I am open to seeing all the good in this life. I am open to having the most beautiful relationships that are authentic and that feel so in alignment with me. I am open to receive the divine wisdom that allows me to be the most powerful light, that anchors light in a way that only I can, in a way that God created me to be. We have a receiving issue here, right? We are so on our left side of the brain, toxic, too far on that end of the spectrum, masculine, even though you hear that term all the time. I'm using it different here. Toxic masculinity in this context is, I'm a doer and a fixer and I don't like the things that are going on, so I got to go out there and fix it, and I got to do matter to matter, and I got to put all this effort in, and I got to force, and I got to try to control, and I got to make it happen. And that is so wedged in there, especially for guys. A lot of women have this too. And so we got to swing things back into balance. We got to bring our feminine back into the picture here, our imagination, our connection to source, to the earth, right? The spiritual connection to these things. And guess what? When you talk to life and let it know that you're open to receive, it's going to come. It's going to start flowing. And you know what it feels like. You know what it feels like when you're in that place of openness. And the more that you practice it, you are now the demonstration more and more and more to your own body. The cells of your body will be programmed to stay open instead of constricting and shutting down. You are teaching them through creating that space how to be open in that relaxation. When you find yourself in tension during your day, you immediately catch it, take a breath, and relax into openness. So that, because you know that that's receiving. When you're open and you're not constricted and you're breathing and you're present, you can receive from there. Okay? So this is a big thing. This is a big thing. The art of receiving. It is an art form that you must train yourself in. Because the more that you train, the better you're going to be. Your own body is going to become like a tuning fork that resonates with all of the things that you're saying, that you're allowing in, that you're giving permission for yourself to receive. See how good it feels. You can even do it right now while you're sitting here in real time, in the present moment. I give myself permission to move forward. I give myself permission to take on all the responsibility of knowing myself as a creator of my entire experience, and that God has given me the kingdom of heaven, and it's within me. I give myself permission to receive all of the goodness that God has for me. I give myself permission to receive the next steps, to receive the miracles, to receive the moments of joy and awe and just pleasure and bliss. Because for most of us, like, that's not a thing. We have kept ourselves from that for so long and settled so deeply. Oh my goodness, we have settled for so much less than what we're capable of. It's insane. When you tune into that for yourself, you'll see it too. It's like, wow, I've been holding myself back from so many good things. And I've been doing it to myself all along, unknowingly. You are worthy right now, my friends who are watching this, of receiving epic shit in your life. You are worthy of receiving the divine instruction from your soul, your dharma, that which you are here to do on the planet. You are now ready, and give yourself full permission to receive that in its entirety. And notice how it feels by you even just saying that to you. Maybe you put a hand on your heart and say, I give myself permission to fully move forward and not look back. I give myself permission now, and I allow myself to receive all of the beauty, all of the divine synchronicities that are going to line me up with my highest path. And then you let it go. And you do whatever you're doing during the day. You give yourself 5-10 minutes of being in that space and feeling and training yourself to receive. It's going to change everything, as it has for me. Now when I feel into, I'm a millionaire or I'm receiving $1 million, it doesn't even feel like anything. It feels like, yeah, are you kidding me? Like, I'm an infinite being. I have access to source. Of course it's happening. And I don't care how it happens or where it comes from, but it's happening. And I don't even have to think twice about it. I was never able to get there, but through training myself, I know I'm open to receive it, and I know it's coming. And then you let it go. Let's start receiving what we're here to receive. Let's start receiving the goodness, the fulfillment, the relationships that are aligned with who we are, the intimacy, the pleasure, the joy. Most of us have been way on the other side of things and settled for negativity and got used to it like a prisoner does when they've lost their freedom. Let's open the prison door and let's open up the chest and receive who we are and who we came to be. I love you, my friends. Thank you for listening. I will see you again soon. As always, peace within is peace without.